This video is meant to answer the question, is the witness a big fat phony?
Talented. Huh? Wait a second. Something's not right here. You were just making it look like you were playing. You're a phony! Hey, you know who lives in this house? A great big phony!
So let's start at the beginning and work our way through the intentions of the witness now that we have a little bit more insight.
We called it the Traveler, and its arrival changed us forever. Great cities were built on Mars and Venus. Mercury became a garden world. Human lifespan tripled. It was a time of miracles. We stared out at the galaxy and knew that it was our destiny to walk in the light of other stars. But the Traveler had an enemy, a darkness which had hunted it for eons across the black gulfs of space. Centuries after our golden age began, this darkness found us. And that was the end of everything.
Destiny has always had the flair of cosmic mystery to it. The light versus the darkness, the Traveler, ghosts, the Black Garden, the Exo-Stranger. As the game evolved, so did the story, and we've learned a lot about the lore of the universe.
This universe is made of light and darkness. These ancient forces flow through all matter and energy in our solar system and beyond.
Now we are nearing the end of the Light and Darkness saga. We can see evidence of a much more personal story with the witness. What I will attempt to do is show you all the evidence that we have and see what conclusion we can come to. Is the witness really just a child throwing a tantrum, or just a collective of beings that want to control everything through manipulation? This brings up the question, is the final shape even real? Is this third logic? I think things have been way less coincidental and mysterious than the story had us believe all these years. I think that we might be taking part in a really long, time-spanning revenge story.
But their newfound God never spoke to them. It lavished them with gifts, but not with guidance. And though they lived in paradise, they came to crave a greater purpose. They desired meaning, structure, a winnower, to shape the garden. Their scholars discovered that the gardener shared a connection with another entity among the stars. They called it the Veil, and when they found it, they arrived to claim it. They already knew much about the light, how it could bend the laws of the universe and create life. But they came to realize that it could bring ruin just as easily. The cosmic events it set in motion could wipe out entire civilizations in a heartbeat, without reason. And so they saw the light, not as a source of prosperity, but of unfettered chaos. By studying the Veil, they came to know the darkness, a power that was shaped by thought and consciousness. And in the darkness, they found the means to carve away the chaos of existence, to calcify it into a final shape, eternal and perfected. They brought the Veil back to the Gardener in an attempt to strengthen their connection. There, they could reshape reality itself. The Gardener would not allow it, and so it fled their world. But they would not be deterred. Having witnessed the truth in the darkness, they used its binding power to merge themselves into the salvation they craved. Thus began the Witness's pursuit, its campaign to impose meaning on a meaningless universe, one that is nearly at its end.
It is clear that the Witness's people were craving a purpose. But who's to say that they actually figured it out? Did they truly understand the Veil and Darkness? They clearly interpreted it in a certain way. But did they have to chase the Traveler through the galaxy? Maybe they just couldn't reconcile the Traveler leaving them and they needed to have it back at any cost? This belief obviously led to the Witness, and to it utilizing any means necessary to achieve its goal. Let's examine the following events that were set in motion by the Witness. I'm certain I will be missing a few, so feel free to call me out on it or even add more to the list in the comments. I will mention all of them and then I'll elaborate on each one. Number 1. Stealing the Hive from the light and then using them as weapons to annihilate complete civilizations. Did the witness target specific ones along the way? Number 2. Recruitment of disciples and preaching the final shape and sword logic. Was it just spreading gospel as a manipulative means of recruitment and control, or is it actual belief? Number 3. Taking the planets of our solar system. The witness took Mars, Io, Titan, and Mercury, but did it secretly have a reason to take those planets in particular? The witness manipulated the Hive sisters into the deep to prevent the traveler from elevating them with the light. It used lies and deception and preyed on their fears to do so. The Hive would dedicate their entire existence to the sword logic and would be enslaved for it. Eventually, Savathun managed to see the flaws of the logic and that the witness is not what it seemed to be. Hence, she eventually betrayed it and stole the veil. However, during their campaign of destruction through the galaxy, we know that Oryx, Xivu Arath, and Savathun eradicated whole populations that were followers of darkness, such as the Akumene and the Kugu. So why would the witness target those? Well, we have an idea now that those civilizations actually utilize darkness to live together in unity. This lore is given in the Inspiral lore book from Root of Nightmares in the entrance called The Habitable World and the Art of Symbiosis. They joined their consciousness together to achieve a better living even beyond death. I propose that the existence of such civilizations is a direct contradiction to the witness's gospel, and it was a threat and therefore had to be eliminated. In choosing disciples, the witness picks figures with very apparent vulnerabilities or traits that allow it to control them very easily. These are all known disciples of the witness at some point or another. The witch and her hive, carving single-mindedness out of the cloth of the universe, referring to Savathun. That whispering nightmare, seeking the fullest gamut of existence, referring to Nezarec. The Appender, destroying all differentiation, of course, talking about Rolk. And lastly, the herald of the witness, needed to be loved and adored, enjoying delights until the end of the universe, talking about Callus. Things really come into question when we learn about an unknown disciple. For the very first time, we can hear this unknown disciple actually questioning the witness's philosophy regarding the final shape. We can see this in the Inspiral lore book that drops from the Root of Nightmares raid. I'll be talking about the entry called The Cave. The unknown disciple is confused with how it is possible for each disciple to have a different interpretation of the witness's plans for the final shape. How could each one be so different yet allowed to act in its name so freely? So again, I propose the witness keeps the idea of the final shape vague on purpose. We already know it has no issues with lies and deceit. Why not add broken promises to the list? The witness amasses great power through these disciples and probably just as easy would discard them to achieve its goals, which was most notably apparent with Callus. To address my last point, after a season of arrivals when the Black Fleet arrived, we assumed it was solely there to try and suffocate us and lead to another collapse. The result was the Traveler healing itself and 4 planets from our solar system being taken away. As the seasons progressed, I think we understand that maybe there was more of a tactical approach to the witness's plans. Could it be possible that it actually needed the Traveler healed? Don't forget that at that point in time, the witness already lost the veil and was looking for it. So I suggest that the planets being taken were the real goal. Look at what each planet chosen had on it. The witness scoured Mars and the Spire of the Watcher for any data leading to Nepheli's stronghold and eventually the Veil. Titan was housing Asa in its methane oceans, a powerful ally against the witness who actually revealed its origins. Io had the Cradle of the Traveler, the Tree of Silver Wings, and the Vex Pyramidion, which Asher used to infiltrate the Vex network and learn more about the Veil and the Black Fleet. The least known motive is for Mercury, and I have a feeling it strongly relates to the Infinite Forest, providing infinite simulations of alternate timelines, or possibly even the lighthouses, which we know were attuned to darkness in some form. I don't know about you, but all of these seem very strong reasons for the witness to want these specific planets removed. So there you have it. I think I provided enough evidence for you to form your own opinion about the witness. After watching all of it, do you believe the witness is really just a phony? I would love to hear your thoughts, and like I mentioned, if I missed anything, feel free to let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this informative and interesting. If you did, consider liking the video and subbing to my channel for more Destiny content.